Okay, well, thanks for making it to our YouTube channel. This video is going to be on the underground fire line inspection. I've listed the NFPA document that specifically references this information. This particular NFPA document is also found in NFPA 13. It's an exact copy in NFPA 13 as what we're going to be going over, so you can reference either document. The underground fire line permit is specific to fire sprinkler systems. Even though the civil drawings include the specifics for the underground fire line, the details are actually going to be included in the underground fire line permit. There's quite a few differences between the two documents, most of which is essentially within the detail of the fire line permit. We want to get the site development permit up and running and getting some work done. However, it's virtually impossible to do a good underground fire line permit design or the above ground permit design without coordinating the two, the specifics between the two. That's why we've done a separate permit. It allows a little bit more time to work out some of the specifics. So this particular video is about the inspection and testing. So I wanted to just focus on that, but I wanted to illustrate a little bit about the background behind that. So all of our inspections are scheduled inspections. That means that we don't just stop by, or we're not going to just show up. The very first thing we're going to want are the approved plans on site. They need to be approved. They need to have all of the corrections established well ahead of time. There's a lot of details that go into this, so we need the approved plans on site so that we can verify the installation and so that we can check our notes. All of these inspections are scheduled. You can schedule those through the permit portal, or you can contact us through the Bremerton Fire Department inspection line. As we show up, we're going to knock out most of the inspection components in one trip. So when the inspector arrives at the end of the 2 hours at 200 PSI, an example would be if you scheduled a 10 a.m. inspection, that means at 8 a.m. this system was fully pumped up to 200 pounds. The air compressor or the pump has been disconnected. We don't have anything connected to it. We're going to let the system do its thing over the 2 hours. If it drops down below the 200 PSI, then it probably needed to have some of the leaks or some of the problems corrected. So we'll arrive at 10 a.m. or at the assigned time, and we'll verify the gauge, we'll bleed some off, and we'll check what's going on from that point. The valve at the connection to the street should be closed. The inspector is going to be checking the ditch. That ditch should be open at that point, and I know that there's a question that's going to pop up right there, and we'll cover that here in a second. The pipe can be covered except for 3 feet on either side of the joints and changes of direction. Again, the FDC is at 200, the pipe and the FDC are at 200 PSI, and the thrust blocks, restraints, megalugs, whatever we're using, are in place, and they're per plan. This is a quick illustration, and I clearly understand that it's a simple diagram. There will be a valve right here at this point per the plan. That's something we're going to check when we do our plan review. The rest of this can be covered with dirt. We can see what size pipe it is and all of the details, how deep, and so on. This represents a joint, and so that will be kept clear, basically 3 feet from there, 3 feet from there. This can all be filled in because we're going to have a lot of pressure on this pipe. Want to make sure it's not going to move. And so here we're going to see the joints here and then filled in right here. We're going to want 3 feet back from here, and then obviously we're going to have a building or some change of direction right here where this pipe ends, but we want to be able to see this component as well. This drawing represents the flushing schedule. So depending on the size of the pipe, this is the flow rate at which we need to be able to flow this pipe. This information should be on your documents, and we're going to refer to those when we go to do the flush. We should be able to do the flush immediately following the hydro cover inspection of the ditch. We should have all of the pieces in place so that we can knock that out right away. I know the video was quick. I hope it provided you some information. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, thanks for watching.